Thanks for tuning into the NBA here on 2K Sports, a Sunday broadcast of the NBA. It's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Los...
Well, and now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First for Memphis, Conley and Allen are the guard set. And at the center position, an impressive combination of size and skill. The 7'1" Spaniard, Marc Gasol. Then there's Tayshaun Prince, and it's Randolph in at the 4 spot. And for Los Angeles, CP3 at point with Redick there at the backcourt. And inside at center, a long 6'11", the skyscraping big man out of Texas A&M, DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Matt Barnes, and it's Griffin in at the 4 slot.
Well, I'm sure Chris Paul not happy with how last season ended. He's hungry for a title. But a franchise best in wins for the Clippers, and for CP3, another great season statistically, I think he's got to take some solace in that.
Now, here's Redick, following the shot by Tayshaun Prince.
You can see the eye contact there, gave a little nod, and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Conley into the lane, gives him the lead pass. Randolph can't hit. And for Chris Paul last season, a career low in minutes with a great backup behind him and Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah, even when Paul missed those 12 games with an injury, the Clippers did fine without him. But now Bledsoe is on to Phoenix after the trade. Darren Collison steps into that backup role, and we'll see how he's able to fare.
Just 5 to shoot. Nice move. Griffin goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Well, the number one priority for defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And I know something else the fans love about him is the way he's capable of going straight over the top of a defender for some monster throwdowns. I mean, we're talking about posterization with capital letters. Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot. Well, for the Grizzlies, the 5th best record in the league last season, guys. Defeated the Clippers and the Thunder in the playoffs, but it all came to a crashing in when the Spurs swept them in the conference finals.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
He brought up Marc Gasol, a kind of sleeper player he thinks could give them trouble. Coach said he's a guy 7 foot plus, he's very skilled, can shoot and finish over either shoulder, and he doesn't shy away from contact. He's a guy you have to really pay attention to. I told our bench, we can't let him have a big game. Fellas, we'll see how they do against him.
Thanks, Doris. Well, back in that series that Clark was talking about against the Spurs, more competitive than it might seem. Steve, you and I were talking about this. 3 of the 4 games were close. In fact, 2 obviously really close, going to overtime.
But I thought the weakness of Memphis was really exposed, Kevin, and that was the outside shooting. San Antonio just guarded the paint. They took Zach Randolph pretty much out of the series, and they begged Memphis to shoot from long range. And when you don't have floor spacing in the playoffs, it makes it awfully tough to score.
And here is Conley after the 3-pointer from Barnes. Here's Prince, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Not enough defense there to throw him off his shot. Sometimes it takes more than one defender on him down low.
Paul goes in, back to Griffin.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
But there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Here is Conley. After the basket by Los Angeles. Gasol backing down. Tries again, and it's good on the way in.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
And it's Jordan. That time on the assist by Paul. Jordan's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's gone in.
And it's Conley penetrating.
Well, you know, Mike Conley has always been one of the quickest guards in the league, in my opinion, and just a blur in transition. And for his size, a pretty good finisher with both hands inside.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
and they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
Now here's Prince. Back to Conley. Swings it from 9 feet away. Conley's got 7 points. Clippers leading by 5. He feeds it to Reddick. Back to Paul. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Barnes passes to Griffin. And that one's good. He's got 8.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots.
And that one's good. And so here are the Clippers. Paul with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Outside Conley. He dishes it to Prince. Covered by Barnes. And the rejection by Barnes. And here is Paul. Jordan with a screen on Conley. All up top for by Conley. Paul dishes to Griffin. And the shot is good. Griffin's got 10.
His shot is looking really good here in the first.
Sure is, Clark, and he's nailing everything. 5 for 5 already.
Conley kicks to Prince. A 15-footer. They get it again. Randolph passes to Allen. Outside Conley. Back to Allen. Allen right side. 6 to shoot. And he makes good on his first shot of the game.
Every once in a while, he'll kind of step out of his role and give you something like that.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. All alone. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Another shot. LA's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Back to Griffin. They double team Griffin.
Well, when you talk about the most fearsome finishers in the league, you got to put Blake Griffin right at the top of the list. I mean, he's a high riser, and he's able to dunk with authority over the top of defenders like very few in the league can.
Ed Davis is checked in for Marc Gasol. Griffin hits them both. Now here is Conley. He's got 7. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Prince's shot is good. And with Griffin, the dunks always get top billing, but he is more than just a dunker, or at least would hope to be more than just a dunker.
Boy, he's a rebounder and an underrated passer for a big man. His touch outside is improving as well, so this is what you want to see from Griffin. Just incremental improvement each year.
Now here is Conley, following the miss by Griffin. Now Conley. Back to Allen. Just 5 on the clock. Fader on the way. That's good. And now just a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
Paul outside. He kicks it to Dudley for 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 7th assist in the game.
A delicious dime from Chris Paul there. You know, for so long, the Clippers were on the bottom rung of the ladder in the West, almost were a joke in the conference, but their fortunes have changed dramatically in the past few years, and now they're a team that's respected and feared.
Allen dishes to Davis. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Clippers leading by 4. Paul outside. Leads him in there. Griffin reverses. And Davis pulls it down. Well, Clark, you said the Clippers have really flipped the Western Conference upside down over the last few years. And you're right. They have done it with, Steve Style, to say the least. They've got now also a very deep team.
Well, a 35-17 record against the West was enough to secure them their division and advantage in the first round. You have to remember, too, that they were without some of their big stars last season. So if they can stay healthy and really take advantage of what they have, this could be a lot of fun.
Jared Dudley out of Boston College in his 7th season already. A smart vet who knows where to be defensively. He knocks down shots. I like his game. He's a winning player because he does a lot of little things and is always ready to step into his role.
And for Jared Dudley, Steve, you had a chance to be around him in your time in Phoenix.
Yeah, traded for him. That was the Raja Bell, Boris Diaw for Jason Richardson and Dudley trade. Pretty good deal for both teams, really. But Dudley came into his own when he arrived in Phoenix, developed that three-point shot, but had always been a guy respected for his defense, for his work ethic, and his basketball IQ.
Former ACC Player of the Year. Here's Barnes, following the score by Tayshaun Prince. Collison, no good.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass. He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
There's Crawford with the 3. The offensive rebound. Mullins kicks to Collison. The feed now to Dudley. There's the pass to Barnes. Good on the 3-point shot. Barnes has got 6 points.
Kevin, you look at how they've built this lead, and one reason is their outstanding shooting from beyond the arc. That's always a weapon.
And Bayless gets to Conley. Pass to Prince. And again, Memphis no good.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
That whistle got a big response from this crowd, and it is not a favorable one, let's say.
I'll tell you what, the fans can't believe that they made that call.
Here is Dudley after Ed Davis's score. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there. The Grizzlies trail by 7. There's 53 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Shoots from 14. It's rebounded by Mullins.
Well, you have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
Dudley the pass to Collison. Dishes to Dudley. Back to Collison. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And now a 9-point Clipper lead.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Conley dishes to Davis. The Clippers grab the miss. Mullins got his 3rd rebound tonight. Collison kicks to Crawford. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
Now here's Randolph. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Bayless kicks to Conley. Upside Gasol. He's against Jordan. Baseline try. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Randolph's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Grizzlies.
Now, sometimes offensive rebounds are lucky, but he anticipates and gets to the right spot before the shot goes up.
The three from Dudley. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Dudley's got 10 points. The Grizzlies trail by 10. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, Chris Paul re-signed with the Los Angeles Clippers this offseason, a 5-year max contract for over $100 million. But he held the Clippers' feet to the fire before he did, pressuring them to acquire Coach Doc Rivers, who was also given final say in the front office. For Chris Paul, winning a championship is his ultimate goal, and he hasn't been shy about throwing his weight around off the court as well as on it. Kevin?
Well, he's certainly doing just that. Thank you, Doris. Clippers leading by 10. Crawford with the ball. Now defended by Bayless. Crawford drives in.
Jamal Crawford has always been a steady scorer, an explosive scorer, really, and he's been something of a journeyman, too. Over the course of his 13 seasons in the league, he's played for 6 teams, and get this, 16 different head coaches. Wow.
And he sinks the second. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Conley into the lane. That's good. Conley's got 9. And for Crawford, 16 different head coaches. Steve, that's incredible. Do you think that lack of continuity can hold a player back and chip away at his game?
Well, it doesn't help, that's for sure. I mean, Crawford has always been productive, but it does make you think, what if he had been lucky enough to go to an organization with great stability, maybe to San Antonio with Greg Popovich, but hey, you just got to play the hand that you're dealt, Kev.
Here's Randolph. After the made shot from Mullins. Randolph passes to Bayless. The dish to Gasol. Pass to Bayless. Uncovered. That's good. Bayless has got his first 2 points. Clippers leading by 9. Here's Collison. There's the pick. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the way up. And the Clippers lead by 11.
How about that, going up strong? I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
So timeout call here. The first for Memphis. Grizzlies making a switch here. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here.
Well, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Hit his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Clippers. And Bayless kicks to Randall. Here's Pondexter, and he hits the jumper for 2. Clippers leading by 9.
You know, guys, the Grizzlies are a bit of a throwback team, and I like their moniker of grit and grind. It really was their identity of toughness and physicality, and I thought that's how they played, and as a result, they had a terrific season.
Paul kicks to Dudley. Back to Paul. Just 4 to shoot.
And another foul would give him 3 before the half, something to keep our eyes on.
And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. But Clark, you mentioned the Grizzlies' old-fashioned style of play. There may be some changes in the offing. The new ownership group has made it a focal point to use, Steve, more advanced stats to inform their decision-making analytics.
Well, and what will be interesting, Kevin, is that, in most advanced stats, advanced stat gurus will tell you you need three-point shooting. This was a very poor three-point shooting club a season ago. So I would expect them to start going more in that direction, but you can't get away from your identity, which is the low-post game of Gasol and Randle.
Signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Allen dishes to Bayless. Bayless off a pick from Randolph. Bayless the pass to Allen. Knocked loose. Paul with the ball. Back to Griffin. Into Jordan. Solid touch off the glass. And now a 12-point Clipper lead.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Randolph, a screen on Paul. And the rejection by Jordan. And Gasol gets it to go. Clippers leading by 10. And here is Paul. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Passes to Reddick. Feeds it to Double. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. The Grizzlies trail by 10. To the middle. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Reddick. Paul kicks to Reddick. Jordan dishes to Paul. Paul gets a screen from Jordan. He lobs it up.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
Looked like that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Look at Chris Paul and his physical stature, guys. And he's not overwhelmingly strong, or certainly not that big. Doesn't really bounce out of the gym. But it's the way he knows how to use everything that he has, particularly his body control. That allows him to be a dangerous finisher in the paint on a consistent basis.
Randolph against Griffin. Randolph passes to Gasol. Nice touch on the shot from close range. Gasol's got 4 points in the quarter.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today. They need it.
Here's Paul. When you talk about Chris Paul's penetration, here's the number 3 in honor of Allen Iverson. But he's not the athlete that Iverson was.
Well, he's different. Iverson was a blur. Chris Paul is more about strength than side-to-side quickness. But Paul's a very good athlete in his own right. But it's his skill that is just so impressive. The ball handling, the passing, the awareness. What a player.
And he can't hit the second.
You know, DeAndre Jordan last year led the league in field goal percentage at 64%, but that was a percentage that was better than his free throw percentage. You want to get that flip, and hopefully Jordan will be able to do that.
Randolph dishes to Gasol. Kicks it to Pondexter. He's guarded by Dudley. He feeds it to Bayless. 4 on the clock. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And for DeAndre Jordan, it's strange. His shooting motion at the line looks good, but Steve, last year just 38% from the stripe.
Well, it's got to be mental, Kevin, because you watch the way he shoots. It's not a beautiful stroke, but it's not broken by any means. I think it's all about finding a way to be comfortable at the free throw line. Some players never reach that point.
And here we go with Allen. Running it up the court. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. He passes to Bayless. He dishes it to Randolph. Now here's Paul. And it's blocked. Now Pondexter. He kicks to Bayless. The feed to Randolph. Lock at 6. The pass to Bayless. The 3. Rebounded by Dudley. Dudley's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think we're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right.
That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his 3rd.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Memphis. On defense, the Clippers. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Mullins kicks to Dudley. Pass to Paul. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Redick for 3. The Clippers keep it alive. Mullins. Here's Griffin. And at last, they get one to fall. Griffin's got 4 points now in the quarter. A chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, for the Los Angeles Clippers, the pieces seem to be coming together for a deep run. It all started with the acquisition of Coach Doc Rivers, who was also given a lead role in basketball decision-making. Follow that up with the trade for J.J. Redick and Jared Dudley. That gives the team great shooting on the wings. And both players expressed their excitement to play for the Clips. Guys, this once downtrodden franchise has become a destination.
The winning situation, Doris. Thanks. Ed Davis is checked in for Memphis. GRIZZLIES on defense. Down by 12.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be on time and on target.
Here is Bayless. Prince, right side. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. And that's 10 points for Prince.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
One of the things that really jumps out at you about the Clippers is their depth. Really impressive. I mean, they've surrounded their stars with a bench that includes Jamal Crawford, who was 2nd in the voting for 6th Man of the Year. They got a nice second unit.
And we talk about the bench for the Clippers last season. Also guys like Matt Barnes and Lamar Odom. Steve, some good defensive tenacity there too.
Yeah, they had an edge. You know, Barnes really gave them some toughness and some grit. I thought Crawford's shooting gave them some balance where they had a good offense to go with good defense. And then Bledsoe slashing. They were a lot of fun to watch, that bench unit.
Now here's Redick following the shot by Tayshaun Prince.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's Bayless. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
He tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Well, you know, one of the toughest commodities to find in this league, Kevin, is a great point guard, not only on the floor, but off the floor. Chris Paul is a model leader. He's a guy who is probably as talented as any point guard in the league, but his leadership qualities, I think, put him over the top.
You know, it isn't just the inspiration off the court or making big-time baskets. I mean, the way he passes is infectious to his team. I mean, it's contagious, and it usually ends up permeating the whole team. Same goes for his defense. I mean, he'll come up with that big steal, and he can completely change the momentum with the kind of plays he can make at both ends of the floor. After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Here is Bayless, defended by Paul. Bayless the pass to Prince. In low to Davis. Banked in off the glass. Davis has got 6.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
1:29 left in the first half. Paul left side. Mullins kicks to Paul. Paul gets a screen from Mullins. And it's Paul penetrating. Dishes it to Griffin. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Tayshaun Prince.
Last year, Blake's stats were down, but I thought his impact on the floor was about the same. With that said, in order for him to really take the next step, he's got to be able to knock down the perimeter shot with consistency.
Of course, Blake Griffin played a career low in minutes last season. The team looking to save him for the postseason.
And then, ironically enough, he ends up with a badly sprained ankle during that series with Memphis. So things just didn't go quite well for the Clippers or for Griffin in the playoffs. But they had a great regular season, best record in franchise history.
Clippers leading by 15. And Redick kicks to Griffin. There's the dish to Barnes. Back to Griffin. That is through traffic and lays it in. Griffin's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
And Bayless kicks to Allen. Pass to Davis. Back to Allen. Some nice passing there by Memphis. There's the bucket. Good. Bayless has got 9.
And he's shaken off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Here's Paul. 7 points in the game. Paul gets a screen from Mullins. Pass to Barnes. Here's the 3. And that does it for the first half of play. Clippers lead by 14. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Sunday action is in full swing, so let's break down the first half for you. In Los Angeles, the Clippers are out ahead against the Grizzlies. And if you like scoring, you love their first half of basketball. They're putting up points, doing it rapidly, in a variety of ways. It's hard to slow them down. It's been a super display by Blake Griffin. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. For the Grizzlies, though, not the same story. Hard to find a lot to like about their performance so far. They'll need to pay much better attention in the second half to the details. The details. Tayshaun Prince giving him a nice boost. After 2, he's got 10 points and 3 rebounds as well. And that's it for now. Thanks for stopping in with us. It's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call in the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we resume a beautiful nighttime view of Los Angeles, and in blue there, our venue, the Staples Center.
Blake Griffin doing all sorts of things. He's got 19 points and a block.
Tell you what, this guy is just an unstoppable force, guys.
There's been nothing they can do to stop him.
And off a screen on Paul. Allen outside, feeds it to Randolph. Prince outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Randolph backs in. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Now you gotta love the footwork. How about that turnaround?
Clippers leading by 12. Paul with the ball. And here's Barnes for 3. Griffin dishes to Jordan.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
The Grizzlies shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Randolph sets a screen for Conley. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Mike Conley, starting point guard in Memphis pretty much his whole career. I'm sure he would agree that last season was probably his best yet.
And for Conley last season, an uptick in three-pointer and free throws attempted. Very interesting combination of numbers there.
Well, and for a perimeter player, a lot of times that can be the key to offensive efficiency, because when you can shoot from the three-point line, it makes you even quicker than you already are. Defenses have to attack and chase you off that line, and now you can get into the paint and make other plays happen.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Griffin a screen on Conley. Paul passes to Barnes. To Paul. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. That's on Tayshaun Prince.
Well, in many ways, the Grizzlies aren't like most teams out west. They don't try to overpower you with offense, and they don't have a superstar to lean on for big baskets at the end, but they still know how to get wins in the tough Western Conference.
And when they did last year, Memphis would go 56 and 26 overall, and Steve with 34 of those wins courtesy of other teams in the Western Conference.
Well, they didn't seem to play like a lot of the other teams in the West, but it didn't matter. I mean, defense, toughness, rebounding, they were who they were. They established their identity, and that's one of the reasons they became such a tough team in that conference.
The drive by Paul. Barnes. Back to Paul. Six on the shot clock. He feeds it to Griffin. It's rebounded by Memphis. Randolph's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
Paul goes in. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Paul's been great. He has 9 points and 10 assists also. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Yeah, he's really distributed well on the offensive side, and then ball hawking defensively. He's been impressive.
Well, you look at the Clippers, and they clearly are one of the most entertaining teams in the NBA. One of the outstanding team shows you'll see. They have fun, they're up and down. But they're a hard-working group, and a lot of that you have to attribute to their leader, Chris Paul.
Now here's Conley. 11 points in the game. Allen kicks to Conley. And the Grizzlies check on 2 more.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Well, Clark, as you were taking a look at the Clippers, they are a fun team, an amazing product so far with big names all around. But, you know, Steve, they've got to work hand in hand to make sure they're always at their best and not take things for granted.
Well, I think it's still a team that's a work in progress. You've got a young front line in Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, great point guard in Paul, but the new additions have helped, and I think it'll be interesting to see if this team can gel during the playoffs. Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
Griffin a screen on Conley. Paul kicks to Griffin, and he dunks it in right on Zach Randolph. Right on receiver. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Martin?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Well, throughout the league and its history, defenses always travel well. And to be good and consistently good in the NBA, you've got to bring that defensive mindset and execution. Offense comes and goes. Defense stays.
Now here's Paul. 11 points in the game. Paul gets a screen from Jordan. Paul goes in, kicks it to Barnes. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 9 points for Barnes.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Well, Clark, you said defense a part of the game that never has an off night. And it's why the Grizzlies, Steve, were so tough on the road and really such a tough team in general.
Well, 24-17 on the road is an amazing record for any club. And I think Memphis, they did it with their defense and their rebounding. They were able to enforce their identity on teams on the road with that toughness, with that edge, and it really paid off big time.
And here is Paul, following the 3 moments ago from Barnes. He passes it to Redick. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Conley after the made shot from Jordan. Allen kicks to Gasol. Shoots from the right block, and he can't bank that one in. He dishes it to Redick from deep three-point range, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
Well, once a shooter, always a shooter. J.J. Redick, one of the great marksmen of all time at Duke in the college game, and it's kept on rolling here in the NBA. He's got deep range on his three, can spot up and shoot from anywhere, and also put the ball on the floor a couple times and create a shot inside.
Great shot is right, and like you said, not only threes, but Steve, any shot where you give Redick a chance to set his feet and get a clear view of the hoop, his shot form is just too consistent for him to miss. He's one of those players who works on that just so diligently, you know he's going to find a degree of success every time out there. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
Boy, defensively, they've played with high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
And that one's good. And that's now 17 points for Mike Conley.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Griffin a screen on Conley. Ball is covered. Tries to keep it alive. Stolen by Michael Conley. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. That one goes. Count. Allen's got 8 points.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
Now here's Paul. He's got 11. And Redick kicks to Paul. From the strike, Griffin trying to get open. Was shot by Paul, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Conley with it. Chris Paul covering. Conley off the pick from Gasol. Conley dishes to Gasol. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Gasol against Griffin. And it's Conley penetrating. Shot clock at 6. He kicks it to Crawford. The feed to Redick. Now the pass to Paul. No luck. Some solid defense from Gasol.
Boy, and you look at Marc Gasol. I mean, the defensive player of the year last season, many people question that when you consider some of the other outstanding defenders in the league. Maybe not the image that you have in your head when you think of a dominant defensive center. But he is nonetheless, because he does a lot of the little things, his positioning, his use of his body, his challenging of shots. You know, and at 7'1", he moves pretty well and always knows where to be and is the anchor to that strong Memphis defense.
Fade away. Crawford's shot is good. And the Clippers lead by 20. The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. And it's Conley penetrating. And Griffin sends it back. Now the Clippers moving it up. Crawford leading the charge. Offensive rebound. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Here's Gasol. Drops the inside leaner. Gasol's got 10 points. Going back to Marc Gasol and his role in the great Memphis defense, and it was terrific. And tip to tail. He's got that big frame to hold his guard inside.
Well, Kevin, sometimes bigger centers can get exposed in pick-and-roll coverage, but that's where his basketball IQ helps. He's not the fastest or quickest guy, but he always reads situations and puts himself in the right position defensively.
He avoids careless fouls, too, against him. Yeah, it's an important part of his game. Allen, a screen on Paul. Pass to Allen. Back to Conley. Dishes it to Gasol. That drops. 12 points for him. Clippers leading by 20. Paul passes to Reddick. There's the dish to Barnes. Feeds it to Paul. Pass to Barnes. Back to Paul. Paul gets a screen from Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. It's Crawford with the drive. Prince with the defensive effort. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Allen with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Randolph, a screen on Paul. Prince outside. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And Davis is checked in for Memphis. Pondexter comes in for Zach Randolph. Grizzlies have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. But they'll get another chance. Allen kicks to Pondexter. Passes it to Prince. He feeds it to Pondexter. Back to Prince. Poke loose. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. 1:31 left in the third quarter. Releases from 15. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that was kind of clumsy looking. He was not going to get away with that.
He climbed all over him like he was on the ladder. I mean, that's an easy over-the-back call there.
Myron Mullins is checked in for Blake Griffin. Allen kicks to Davis. And it's blocked. Crawford outside. Crawford missing again.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Now here's Allen. 8 points for him. Conley into the lane. Passes it to Davis. Pondexter with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Allen for 3. Gets it to go. Allen's got 11. Clippers leading by 17. Collison kicks to Dudley. He dishes it to Barnes. And the pass to Crawford. And stormed by Prince. And now it's Allen. Running. He can go all the way.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
And it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And here's Crawford. Tries to snap the cold streak. What a play! He simply drains it in at the buzzer.
This one, it looked like the third.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show.
You know, for a long time, people would look at Staples as the Lakers' home where the Clippers just happened to be sharing space. But the Clippers let everybody know that they called this Staples Center home as well last year. And I thought they were a force in front of their rabid fans.
Now here's Collison. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, Clark, as you said, the Clippers really starting to make waves on the landscape here in L.A. as they surpassed the Lakers in wins last season. You know, a big part of that was, Steve, their ability to win here at home.
Yeah, 32 wins here at Staples, and when they got out and ran, this place was really rocking. This Clipper team has a roster full of guys that can make a play that ignites a crowd, and some new additions this year, new coaching staff. A lot going on for this Clipper team.
Here's Collison. Michael Conley making his last shot. Collison off the pick from Mullins. Kicks to Dudley. From past the arc. And that one's good. And the Clippers lead by 19.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Bayless dishes to Conley. He passes to Bayless. Prince outside. Pocket 6. Bayless. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Collison. Inside. Mullins kicks to Dudley. Misses off the left iron.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here is Bayless, defended by Mullins. Conley, the pass to Bayless. Back to Conley. Lets the three fly. Another miss by Conley.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Now here's Crawford. Defended by Pondexter. The fadeaway hits the bucket. And 7 points for Jamal Crawford. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Here is Bayless, guarded by Crawford. Now Bayless. The feed to Prince. He kicks it to Bayless. Some nice passing there by Memphis. He had a nice open look right there.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Collison kicks to Crawford. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Dudley, no luck.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
And it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. Collison with it. Conley picks him up. Griffin a screen on Conley. And he lobs it up toward the rim. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Deep two from Collison. Can't hit. And it's Memphis the other way. Pondexter kicks to Conley. Takes the lead pass. And he bangs it home with one hand. They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that. I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. Bayless dishes to Conley. Prince fires, and that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Collison. Pass to Crawford. Excellent defense there from Bayless.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through. Terrific defensive play to cut him off and square up.
And he took a shot. Excellent toughness to get in there and make a play. I love that kind of work.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Clippers. Ball comes in for Darren Collison. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Conley with it. Back to Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
For the majority of his career, Marc Gasol has been referred to as the other Gasol. But last season, you can make that case that he surpassed his brother Powell in terms of impact on the court.
And Marc Gasol, a little bigger than his older brother Pau, very comfortable at the center position, whereas Pau is a little more of a tweener. They're both obviously so incredibly skilled.
They sure are. I mean, both Gasol's able to play in the high post as passers or jump shooters or down on the low block, and where they can use their array of offensive skills. Pretty impressive to see two players like that coming out of the same family.
Now here is Conley. Rejected by Edwards. All up top, defended by Davis.
No hesitation at all on that. He saw his teammate with the pass to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And I like the choice, making the conservative finish, making sure of the 2 points.
Into Marc Gasol. He's against Jordan. The jump hook, and that one's good. 16 points for Marc Gasol. Los Angeles leading by 14. And it's Paul penetrating. The rim-handling two-handed jam. He is capable, Clark, of some incredible athleticism.
And we just got a chance to see it on full display right there.
Well, you got to love a point guard who can finish like a power forward.
And here are the Grizzlies now after the basket by Los Angeles. Goes back up. And again, it's Marc Gasol. Gasol's got 10 points here in the second half.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
And it's Paul penetrating. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Over by Conley. Dishes to Dudley. A free ball. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Dudley's got 6 points in the quarter.
Second three-pointer of the half, fourth overall. So he's having a nice game from outside.
Gasol backing down. Shoots from 14. And the Grizzlies take in 2 more.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Clippers leading by 15. Paul outside. Paul gets a screen from Griffin. Paul kicks to Griffin. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got 8 rebounds in this game. The 15-footer. The shot's good from Bayless. And here is Paul. And he's been at the helm offensively.
Delivering pinpoint passes time and time again. On time and on target with his passes.
Steve?
And how about this? You look at the numbers. One more assist, he'll be at 20 for the game. Incredible.
6 to shoot. Crawford, defended by Bayless. Crawford gets a screen from Griffin. Crawford, no luck.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
Conley left side. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Quincy Pondexter. Clippers leading by 13. Paul kicks to Barnes. Now Griffin inside. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but threw the foul, and it'll go to the line. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
Well, he stopped the dunk there. That was about the only play he could make.
Well, you don't like to foul, but you don't like to give up an easy dunk either.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
You know, it's interesting. Zach Randolph had a few off-the-court issues early in his career, especially when he was with the Portland Trail Blazers. And the Grizzlies gave up almost nothing to acquire him from the Clippers. But they've got to be glad that they did, because he's developed into an outstanding player and really a good teammate as well. He's become a leader of that club. And you can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
The drive by Paul. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
Randolph was asked by someone in the press court, why was he such a great fit in Memphis? He said, it's a blue-collar town. I'm a blue-collar type player. I kind of like that, Clark.
You know, that says it all right there to me. And I would factor in this, too, Kevin, his strength and physicality. certainly fit with the DNA of that team. Their culture is built on effort and bruising plays. And Zach Randolph fits into that nicely.
His finishes can be dazzling, especially Clark at his side.
Well, you look at a guy who doesn't have the height of some other big-time dunkers, and it always looks better, and he certainly makes up for the lack of height with that athleticism.
Yeah, his leaping ability is just off the charts, guys.
Griffin sets the screen for Paul. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Looking to get it going. A great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 9 points for Jamal Crawford.
And he's someone the defense has to keep track of at all times because, you know, even when he doesn't have the ball, he moves so well without it. He's constantly a threat to catch and shoot.
Not to mention, guys, he's got those rush hour handles. He can get in a lot of tight spaces the way he handles that ball. He's able to dissect the defense with ease.
Ball against Conley. Now the dish to Randolph. Conley with the screen on Griffin. Randolph gets to Conley. Lock at 6. Feeds to Allen. Back to Conley. Fades back. The reception by Paul. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Los Angeles leading by 19 points. Paul gets a screen from Griffin. Paul kicks to Barnes. Jordan. Pass to Griffin. Stolen by Allen. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Conley's shot is off.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Crawford against Allen. Crawford missing again. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Conley with it. Headed now by Barnes. Conley kicks to Allen. Back to Conley. Knocked away. Shot clock at 6. Here's Barnes. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
This game's over, guys. I think we can say that with certainty.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We have officially reached garbage time.
Ball against Conley. Passes it to Allen. He feeds it to Gasol. Outside Conley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Conley's got 14 points here in the second half.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Always going up for the alley-oop here, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Davis comes in for Zach Randolph. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Mike Conley. Redick with the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 21.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Now here is Davis. They get a hand on it. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. And the Clippers making a change here.
Ryan Hollins. Reggie.
Now here's Allen. Guarded closely. 4 on the shot clock. The shot's good from Bayless.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
Redick for 3, and that one's good.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere's been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
Allen kicks to Prince. Fades. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And he can't get the first one. And Memphis making a change here. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Here's Bullock. Oh, good. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. How much to be critical of with this win, Clark?